We knew it was coming, Spurs fans, but there was just no way to prepare for it. The San Antonio Spurs have said goodbye to the Bouyea.
Go, Spurs, go, 'cause the Giants stay.
What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. Hope you had a great weekend. I was beating myself up on the Killington Bees personally, but hey, that's neither here nor there. The Spurs officially waived Jamaree Bouyea last night, so we got to talk about it because if you're new to this channel and you don't know, I loved saying this dude's name. The Bouyea, of course, those of you that are regulars here just know it. The Bouyea! I would say it left and right, and he was fun to watch, but let's be honest, the name was better than the player. Wish him well. Let's get into the article from Pounding the Rock. The Spurs announced they have waived guard Jamaree Bouyea. There's now a two-way spot open for San Antonio to fill. Hey, that's big news. Bouyea was signed to a two-way deal last season by the Spurs after a stint with the Portland Trailblazers and suited up for the Spurs only 3 times. He was a part of San Antonio's most recent Summer League squad and had a solid performance, averaging about 12 points, 3.5 assists, 2 boards, and 3 steals in 24 minutes per game in 5 appearances in Vegas. And he was definitely showing some D here and there. I think one game he had 4 blocks, 4 steals, so he showed his potential sprinkled throughout his Summer League appearances, but we can't keep having these guys that we say we see potential. We need to see it all the time, not just occasionally. The decision to waive Bouyea opened up a two-way spot, as San Antonio currently only has David Duke Jr. and Harrison Ingram using up 2 of the 3 designated slots, and I don't see either player not staying with us throughout the season on a two-way contract. They could get upgraded if there's a spot, but I see them staying on the team. I don't see them getting waived like Bouyea. Anyway, as well as an off-season spot that can be filled with a player on a make good deal, with training camp drawing closer, literally right around the corner. Waiving a guard to add some size to a group that lacks interior players could be the right play. And that's it for the article from Pounding the Rock. But I want to drop my 2 cents in here, of course, and get your 2 cents. With the open two-way spot, Spurs fans, I think 1 or 2 guys is going to get that spot. We currently have 2 players signed to training camp contracts. Those are Nathan Mensah and Ronnie Minix. Both of you might remember from the Summer League. Mensah is a 6'8" center, so he is very undersized at that position. In his Summer League, he averaged about 7 points, 7 boards, over a steal, and a block per game. Minix had some injuries in the Summer League. He was dealing with the shoulder. He's a 6'7" forward, and he averaged 12 points per game in Summer League while shooting 50% from beyond the arc. My question to you, Spurs fans, drop a comment down below, is which one, because I think it's going to be one of those guys, unless it's just random Joe Schmo from who knows where, gets the spot. But I think it's going to be one of these guys gets a two-way contract. Do you think it'll be Mensah or Minix, or is it too early to tell? Do you think we got to go through training camp, see what they bring to the table, and then the Spurs at that point will say, okay, you bring this, you bring that, we need that, we don't need this, and that's who they end up signing. I think it's going to probably be Ronnie Minix. We need shooting. We do. And I don't see Harrison Barnes being a long-term option for us. I'm not saying Minix will be his replacement, but I think Minix is probably the guy that gets it. Of course, as far as bigs, there's a big question mark there, especially at the center spot. Wemby, of course, is a lock, but after that, Zach Collins is a backup. 2 years left on his contract. Don't think he would be coming back. Charles Bassey, while I like him, always injured. So as far as Wemby's backups, there's a lot of question marks there. So I'm not sure which direction the Spurs will go, whatever direction they do go in. Of course, I'll be rooting for whoever we pick up. But I'm going to go with my predictions, Ronnie Minix. Let me know your prediction down in the comments below. And that's actually all I got. Short video. Wanted to say goodbye to Bouyea because this is truly a name I love saying. I was rooting for him. But, he could still stay with Austin, by the way. For any of those that are rooting for the Bouyea to stay with the Spurs organization in some way, he could sign with the Austin Spurs. I don't know what kind of contract it would be. I guess a G League contract where you're not locked in with any team like the Spurs would, a two-way or whatever. So I could see that happening. I wish him well. He was fun to watch in the Summer League. He really was. Love saying his name. But let me say this, since this popped in my head. This is probably not going to be the last move we see with the Spurs. I think we're going to see a lot of a lot of movement on the roster over the next year. I mentioned Harrison Barnes already. Chris Paul, who knows if he's going to be here for the whole season. And then our young guys that there's still question marks on. Your Malachi Branhams, your Blake Wesleys, your City Sissokos. Those type of players. Your Charles Bassey with the injuries. I think we're going to see a lot of changes over the next year, especially over the next 2. With all the draft picks the Spurs have the next few years, you only have room for so many players. So there's going to be a lot of changes with just a few guys, I think, being staples. Wemby, probably so. Vassell, maybe Keldon, I don't know. And maybe a few other players. But I think we're going to have a lot of changes. And it could be a player you like, it could be a player I like. Even though he had no chance of being on the Spurs as a starter probably ever, I think we're going to see some guys that we're rooting for not be with the Spurs, and they're going to be replaced with all these draft picks we have. So it's going to be, as always, it's going to be very interesting as a Spurs fan to see what happens. Preseason starts, I think, October 7th. I want to say it's against the Thunder. I'm excited for that. We'll see Stephon Castle's debut, sort of NBA debut. He had the Summer League debut, now he's got his preseason debut, and then we'll have the regular season debut, which I'm very excited about. And I'm hoping Wemby and Chet, a little Chemby action for the OKC opener. If it is OKC, if it's not, then I'm just messing things up. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble. Hit the thumbs up, like, support the channel, subscribe, become part of our awesome Spurs community, and can't wait to get going with Spurs content on the regular because the Giants suck. They're 0-2, and they're already pretty much done. But I'm still going to troll the Cowboys, Eagles, and Commanders if need be. And you know what? What the hell happened to the Cowboys yesterday? I didn't see the game. Are the Saints that good? Are the Cowboys that bad? Or yes? If I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm really concerned about all the money you guys just put in to Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. So, if you're still here in the video and you're a Cowboys fan, let me know what the heck happened yesterday, because I know. Anyway, thank you all. As always, go Spurs, go.
Ready,